So, hello and welcome to LastofAvari's live stream. And today we will be advancing our, or actually my little game. And I guess, hello Visu? Yeah, I can see that you're at least on your list. And before actually this live stream today, earlier, I made a few new levels, so I'll start from showing you all that. Obviously you can see them here, since I have levels in separate files, which always helps. And yeah, let's F5 and take a look at it. Here's the first level. The same old mechanics. So the code is pretty much unchanged since the live stream. When you are playing through these levels, you have to remember that you may have extra key on some levels, but generally you have just enough to pass the levels, so don't open every door. That can lead to a massive fail. Obviously, currently there is no challenge, since, there is only one enemy and he's not very, very witty. But for now I have 8 levels. I think I've deleted a couple levels that I had initially before, since they were not exactly exciting to me. They were just intended for demonstration and to check out how good or bad level switching works, and it works okay at the moment. As you can see, level names sometimes trying to be descriptive, but sometimes they're just hinting at what they're supposed to represent, like Manic Miner, and my level is called Manic Miner, so just a tiny bit away from copyright infringement. But most of the screen copies more or less the first level of Manic Miner. And I have like 3 more levels of the same kind. Obviously I don't have all the same blocks, and some levels would require extra blocks, so I want to implement maybe on the stream a couple extra blocks, for example a trap block, which you could place, for example, somewhere like from left or right to you, or in the direction of your last movement, that could destroy enemies if they would hit it, or yourself if you would hit it yourself. But for now they are not here. And of course with this sort of block I could place them as a trap for the actual player, and I could set it so AI wouldn't be avoiding those blocks, so his random movement could lead to his death. Here we need to go deeper, which is just my 100% original level. You have to go around and eventually go inside the structure. Something that could be theoretically a piece of a castle or something like that. Yeah, you really don't have to open every door, and sometimes you can even have a few spare keys, like 1 or 2, not a lot, but still, in the end. So when AI will become more advanced and will actually track you, maybe I will implement that, or I will just add a few more enemies. I'm not sure at this point. You could decide what door you want to open from the spares. but you can go just like that, and in the end of this level you have like 2 keys spare. And here we have Dig Dark, which is obviously Dig Dark. I think I based it upon like Quick 20 version or something like that, low resolution. Just Google that. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, that's definitely Dig Dark. And obviously that's a lot of doors, D characters, which are intended to be like diggable, so you can dig doors obviously in my game. So destroyable blocks, the only destroyable blocks that are not pickups are actually these doors. So you sometimes have to be careful. Here you have quite a lot of keys, so you can do a couple mistakes even in the beginning, but it is not recommended. Yeah, you have like 5 keys. At this point you can use them on whatever. Well, for example, trying to get away from the enemy. Crack the core, another original level. We have a couple keys here on the outside. And then this kind of core structure, like could represent some sort of tower from a top-down perspective. A slice of a tower, obviously, since it's two-dimensional. And we have outer ring or 2 halves of a ring with couple of entrances. And here we have the core, which represents the level exit. As you can see, L characters will trigger level exit if you have enough stars. And theoretically you can have more stars on the level than it's actually required to pass through the level, but that would be messy. Because if you don't know instantly how many stars you should get, that's kinda maybe not a good design decision, in my opinion. Oh yeah, I forgot 1 star, and I have 2 keys, so I can just do that. Yeah, just like that, and another retro game inspired level, which is underscore invaders, and underscore cause in many programming languages if you want to have some sort of break or space between parts of the name of the variable, you can't obviously have space itself, so you use underscore. So I use underscore instead of space in the level name. And we have go there, and another original level, sliced castle, because you see that's like basically a tiny castle with a dungeon, an underground way. And you can theoretically break through here, but it is actually not recommended since you will trap yourself, and if you have come to the point when you can't really get through the level, you can just get Q and start from the beginning, but at some point I could maybe implement lives, or I think I actually have lives, they are just not being displayed. So yeah, if I would have traps, obviously I have to have a trap number, or maybe, actually maybe I shouldn't place traps as a player, but instead have traps pre-made on the level, so I wouldn't have to spend any screen space for amount of traps that you have, since you have no. But you could use them as a piece of environment to lure the enemy to it, if it's in tracking mode. That may be a good decision. Yeah, I haven't thought of that before. And another block that I wanted maybe to add, which kinda minor, but it's easy to implement, so I could just as well add it, and then later I could edit levels. Is just bonus block is a $sign that will add bonus points without actually doing anything else. So I have 31 star, and yeah, I can progress because I forgot to put another star, I guess. That's a minor fun cup, but I can edit that, so yeah, just Q. And I will I'll tap out of that. I have my levels loaded on PSPath editor, so I have to get one more star here somewhere, maybe like right at the bottom. And I believe I don't have to refresh the file system if I just edit an existing files. So yeah, that was little introduction. And now let's maybe add something useful. So here is a reset of our values. That's why it is coming right here, and blocks. Let me see. Yeah, logically I would put them somewhere here, I guess. Like bonus, right? And $sign, and the bonus color is probably green, right? That would make sense. Which color is green? That's an interesting question. Let me see. No, that's not exactly. Hey Specky, nice to see you. I'm kinda okayish, just as usual. So here we have our colors. And light green 10, and usual green is 2. What kind of variation do I want? That's the question. 2 or 10? I guess just 2 will be fine for the moment. But obviously not here, that's not the correct one. That will be red, which is enemy. And trap, right. That is more of a level block, like instruction block, so I should copy this, insert here, and instead of a door we'll write just trap, and trap color, yeah, like maybe again red or maybe bright green, like kinda toxic sort of stuff. And the character will be a percent sign, like some sort of spikes. Yeah, that could work. And now I need to update my parser, obviously. Trap color, and enemy color. Right, F2, print world, and yeah, here we have to add our characters. Here, shared trap color and shared bonus color right here, and obviously character sets themselves. Yeah, like that, and somewhere here, I believe. Half-blind typing, as I call it. Yeah, bonus. And I have to move my mic. Yeah, slightly, just a tiny bit. That should be alright. I have to break this. This is not exactly related to level blocks. And here I have my cases. That would help if I would have like breaks like that, so it would be obvious where the next position starts. And a couple more options. I'm kinda trying to be consistent and keep everything in kinda the same-ish order, to some extent at least. So delete this, and now it should work. Now I just have to add yeah, some additions to the actual levels, so I could try them out to at least see how they look. Maybe on each level. Originally, like for example here, you can see that since that's a separate program and I don't really have a good way of showing it to you, so instead I will just I'll just try to do that quickly as possible. I guess I can get away with like just a couple levels for now, and then I will edit out or edit in these extra blocks later. That could work, and let me add a couple of bonus blocks, right? Where are they? Maybe on different, yeah, like yeah, I think that will do for the moment, and I'm back to my main program. Now I have to switch back to here, and I need a variable which will decide how many points we will get for bonus block. Bonus block equals, for example, like maybe 20 points or 25. Yeah, or actually not. Maybe I will reduce that. For now I have plenty of space, so I'll just leave it like that. And I don't need that anymore. Let's comment it out anyway. And it's mostly, yeah, the most easiest block to implement is bonus, so let me see, I will add that, or I will check out my parser stuff. Yeah, you can see those blocks, none of them work right now, so I will not be able to get anything, or I will not be able to die from getting right into a trap. As you can see here, it just acts like a wall, because if the block is undefined, its behavior is undefined, then you just can't pass through it. An enemy, I think, shouldn't either. And enemy also can't pick up stuff, so even a simple star will stop him. Yeah, but that will work for now. Oh yeah, I have to hit it twice. Obviously, it's not the most easiest code editor here, but yeah, that's what we have. And I have down here, and I want to add maybe bonus, right? For now, and I eventually have to also add other stuff as well. Let me see. And do I have like spaces in between? No. Okay, so I shouldn't have this either. So instead of star, we will have this, and we don't have to increase our star amount, and bonus is bonus block. Hey Viso, nice to see you. I've noticed your name at the beginning of the live stream. So yeah, I have to come up with some sort of sound, maybe just different bleeps and blobs. I'm not a good musician, obviously I'm not a musician at all. Especially not the 8-bit one. So just code for event. Bonus block. Yeah, the food is nice. Only that kind of food that you like, obviously. So yeah, that's not a lot of different, and I can just copy that from other. Yeah, I think I will base it here, and then I'll test how it works. Yeah, just like that, and couple times more. And yeah, delete that, and I forgot about this part. No, just one line, and block, and bonus and sound effect once again. Yeah, and we have one more action, so we have to repeat it again. Theoretically, you could have different events based on the same blocks, judging by the direction, but that would not make a lot of sense, right? And the reason why I'm not just copying the same piece of bonus event is that because the direction is different and I may forget about this part. I don't want to double check all that coordinate thing again. So it's just easier for me, or kinda more precise way of doing things. Yeah, I believe that's kinda it. Now we'll try to check it. We don't have really a syntax highlight, which kinda sucks, but you know, it's original DOS experience, or kinda original-ish since it's DOSBox, but looks kinda the same. Except I don't have a CRT screen. Oh yeah, no, that's okay, and here is okay. That's another key. Looks kind of fine, and another key. Bonus, bonus, bonus. And another thing, I believe. You're right. I had used one, not exactly brand new, but used monitor produced in 1995, I think, and I was using it like maybe in mid 2000s, or like maybe 2003 or 2005, and it was Nokia monitor, and it was pretty huge, like 7 inches, but it was really bulky. It had internal speakers and I believe even microphone, which I never used, but speakers were actually of good quality. They weren't teeny at all, as you usually have them with flat screen LCD monitors currently. And the quality was pretty nice. It was Nokia monitor, and yeah, obviously it was pretty old at that point, so every now and then like a transistor would burn itself, or like yeah, a condenser sort of stuff. And then I had for some time ISO or ASO, it spells, I believe, just like that, which was less for bulky thing. And that ASO thing could support like 11 something by 800 something, basically in between of 1024 by 768 and 1280, or is it by 1024, something like that. So that helped. I don't know if it was professional. It was, you know, just a used monitor, not brand new, so I wasn't having to pay a lot of money for that other thing. So now I believe I can save everything, and we will try to actually play it. So now bonus blocks should actually work. Yeah, they do work just fine. That's nice. And the reason why we have sound, even though I haven't defined sound, is that because in my little sound effects module here, play effects, I have KSLs, which produces default sounds for that. But I indeed have to add a proper one. Well, they're not really proper, any of them, but still. And that's the last sound I added previously. These 4 notes that are being played when the level is finished drawing. So what do I want from that? Bonus block. Should it be low pitched or high pitched? Maybe higher than the star, since it gives you more points. I have CRT-TV, actually Belarusian made. I sometimes use it for playing my Famiclone system. And obviously I can connect to RF input my ZX Spectrum that I don't really use because I don't really have a good way of recording stuff from that, because this quality of RF is not really amazing, to be honest, and I don't have any special devices that could let me capture Spectrum RGB signal that it has. And by the way, I have ordered some time ago a little cheap capture device, like for literally about $5 from China, from eBay, which should capture S-video and composite. I'm mostly interested in composite signal, obviously, and if it will work half decent, then I will try to use it for recording gameplay from that Famiclone system, which has like 104 games in it burnt. You also can use cartridges, real cartridges, for which are Famicom compatible, not NES compatible. Yeah, the idea is to get through a little bit in a Steve Benway style, just not by pointing the camera through like 5 or 10 minutes of each game and record them in separate videos. Yeah, that's an EasyCup clone. It's not exactly EasyCup. I don't believe EasyCup was $5 or £5. And I've seen different devices which were looking exactly the same. Some of them was $5, some of them was like $15. But I think all of them clones, and I don't think it is fair or wise to pay $15 for a clone. The seller has like 99% feedback or something like that, but yeah, that's sometimes not exactly telling much, right? Even if it's a seller feedback. But I'll see. I mean, even with my crappy incomes, $5 is not a lot. So if it will be a waste, then it's kinda not completely terrible, and if it will work, then it will be pretty good. We will see. I'll make a video about it. But now we have a sound, and I want to check out if it's kinda half decent. Just like with the case with that capture device. I really would want to have a capture device for HDMI, because my video camera, my camcorder, Panasonic camcorder, has a mini HDMI output, and I have the cable from mini HDMI to regular HDMI. If I would have a capture device for HDMI of a decent quality, yeah, that's not... Yeah, I think that's okay. That's not exactly super different, but slightly higher pitched. Yeah, maybe I could have additional note for this special occasion. But yeah, if I would have a capture device for that, I could use my camcorder instead of a webcam, for example, or just to capture footage from my PC without wasting CPU time, because right now I'm using either OBS or DX Story, both of which are kinda hungry for your sources. Oh yes, Sakam. Yeah, we had it in, Soviet Union. Not that I'm that old, but obviously still a lot of people had it even after it fell apart. And that's really strange standard. I believe it was originally like French, and since they were socialists at the time, we were like trying to be friends with them, so yeah, we got to use SECAM, the most stupid standard of all time, since yeah, so much more countries used PAL in European region. So a lot of old ZX Spectrum clones I actually modified to produce SECAM signal instead of something more standard now. So now I want to add traps, and I believe I'll go with my decision to skip skip the ability to pick them up. Yeah, I have lives, but let me see. I have to fit a lice indicator somewhere. That's kinda hard. I can't really output anything at the bottom, because the screen will scroll. If I could push maybe something, or I could reduce the amount of points you get, so you instead of getting 10 points, you will get like just 1 to slice off 1 0. And then I have to have at least couple characters for stars and keys, because I usually have like from 32 up to maybe 82 stars on the screen, and you could potentially have like 10 keys or something like that. And I have to push that. I have 3 characters in between all these positions, so that's like I have 4, and maybe I could have 5. Yeah, that's interesting. So where would I push my... I believe I have to get rid of my copyright notice and push it to menu. And in that way I will have one more actual a line of space to put another piece of statistics. So I would have them placed differently. I think that makes sense, instead of trying to push the bottom row, which will not really help me a lot. Yeah, but before we will do that, I need to edit my this screen, because I need to fit another line, because I need 2 more spots here. I need to describe 2 more blocks. So wall, door, key, star. Yeah, somewhere here. Yeah, I do, and I will show you in a minute the place where I'm loading levels, so you could actually make your levels even with the current build of a game. Basically, a level file has 20 strings of actual level, 20 by 40 its dimension, and then you have name of the level, then you have coordinates of player position and coordinates of enemy position in the beginning of the game. And then you have amount of stars that you have to collect to trigger level exit, which is L. Yeah, I should have it somewhere, not here. I'm loading, at the moment I'm loading all the levels at once in an array. But if I would have too many levels, maybe I would run out of memory, so maybe it's nice to push level loading thing into pre-engine section when I'm switching levels, and load only current level instead of loading all of them, but for now I will just leave like that. But level loader should be somewhere here. Yeah, here. You can see that I have amount of levels, and here level name is just word level and a number, and here I'm converting just a string, a numerical value to a string to add it to a level. They don't have any sort of extension because I don't really need it, and I'm reading amount of levels that I have from a different file which has only one number somewhere here. Yeah, here you can see DC levels contains the number of levels, so I have currently 8 there. I read it to this variable level max maximum amount of levels, and then I'm reading sequentially these levels. So I don't randomly scan files. So if you put, if you would have put incorrect number into this file, you would screw yourself up. But since you know, I'm not going for idiot proofness, I kinda don't care. Yeah, cause when I realized that I want like to have at least 8 or 10 levels for my game, and then users could add some levels to this game. Imagine, so basically the code for levels, for like level data, would be more bulky than the rest of the program with actual logic, which wouldn't make sense. And if I can only show you about 20 lines on the screen at the same time, it's already quite bulky and clumsy to scroll through that code and to try to find anything at all whatsoever. And imagine the difficulty with all like of those current 8 levels. That was my thinking, but now I have to put here, I believe, trap and trap color. I'm displaying the whole line and the color of the block, so it would be more obvious. Traps will kill. Anyone? Yeah. Another kind of problem that I have, that I don't have a lot of space, only 40 characters here, and that kinda sucks. Cause who will run into them, but that will not fit. Yeah, I think it shouldn't fit. Yeah, it kinda screwed up. Traps maybe like that. Maybe like that. Without that stupid space. Maybe now it will work. No, not quite. Maybe I could. I believe I have to add comma, right? My English grammar is not super ideal. That doesn't sound good. Almost, but not quite. If I just do that. No, that was accidental. And if I add that just to see how many characters. Yeah. I should move it farther, but I don't really have space, so I should move everything one line above. I would like to want two lines in between of welcome to Askia and actual logo, but I could edit my thing, I believe. Let me see. If I would just... what's our vertical position of those bars? I could reduce them slightly. So what is Y here? That's 64, right? I don't really need 64. So maybe 56? That could work. Do I have it somewhere else? Let me see. If I... No. I have it somewhere else. That general white bar. Oh yeah, here. Yeah, now I have one line more. That's nice. So, yeah. Now I can afford even traps like that. 2 lines per, not per each block, but for some blocks at least. Enemies, heroes, and stars. Here I want to put a bonus block as well, which should be maybe easier. And I can externally call it money or cash. Cash gives you extra points. Coins? Well, maybe, but that's not a lot of a coin. I guess you could have like dollar coins, so it will work. I mean, it's not exactly illogical, so. And coins is more generic than just, you know, money, I guess, or dollars. Maybe better fitting for a game, so yeah, why not for the moment. Coins give you extra points. Yeah, that will work. And here we have to do that, and instead of putting it exactly here, is it 4? I don't remember, but now I can oh no, it's like 3 more, so maybe like 7. Anyone? Yeah, I don't really need to have a full stop. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's not correct at all. I by mistake screwed that up. It has to be, yeah, here. Oh yeah, I have to get rid of that. I don't have to output it twice. Missed one character, and yeah, I can't fit that. And I screwed something up, so I will fix that later. But for now it's 6. And yeah, because I have it here, not in the desired place, and now I maybe can fit it. I would want to space it out, but I really can't. I think I like it better this way. Oh yeah, now we have a shorter line, a little bit shorter line, but I have still to push it a little bit higher. Yeah, because I want to have space in between of controls and blocks description. Oh, of course I funked it up. I did exactly opposite of what I was supposed to be doing, right? Yeah. Congratulations, idiot me. So like 12? No. Yeah, now it's correct. So now we kind of have that. When I have not 6 but like 8, 9 different blocks and 10 lines, it kind of looks very messy. So maybe I shouldn't actually display the lines in different colors. Like the block should be colored in the color of the block, but maybe not the text. Do you think it would make it easier to read? And to do that, I would have to break it slightly. Like that. Oh yeah, by the way, Znilo, welcome to the stream. I haven't realized you're here at some point, even though I read your coin suggestion, which was highly appreciated. Like color just 7 or something. Yeah, of course, I have to double that. If everything is just light gray or darkish white, except blocks. To be honest, I think that I have too much colors, like it's too clowny, not exactly suiting the game. So that's what I'm thinking. I'll try to convert it. Yeah, I believe that's right, and here we actually just switch it to 7 for now. Yeah, and here, and here, and no, not here. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I converted not to gray but to green. Per sensor to green, slightly brighter. So that's 10. Yeah, instead of doing that every time, I should actually do that, and maybe not that long. Just text color. Yeah, you're probably right. So we could maybe use escape. I could fit a key code for escape into all the sequence. I don't have to write like that. It's not necessarily has to be a printable character. Yeah, I just have to look into these scan codes. Escape is 1. That's nice. So I think it was CHR, and since escape doesn't have 2 different states, we'll just get rid of half of that crap. Now I have to save, because if I will be not able to get out of this program if the symbol is incorrect, I will have to kill DOSBOX, since control break doesn't really work in DOSBOX. Let me see. Well, the color is not good, but does escape works? Was it hexadecimal? I think it was. Well, luckily for me that I have saved my program. That's nice. So I'll just relaunch DOSBOX. If you want to, you can see it, since it's nothing really special. I have it installed. It's not really installed, it's just for historical reasons. And now let's load it. And darkroll. And I have to move this window. It's too far to the left, which isn't really helping. Yes, that's a lot of ASCII characters. I could switch them to like table characters, but that would make harder to make levels, since currently I'm just editing them in text files, and you can't exactly output from your keyboard these characters. Like, yeah, different lines and fill characters, that sort of stuff. But I need to go somewhere here, and let's check out this. Numeric expression between 1, 0 and, yeah, ASCII character codes. Is it different? Yeah, it is freaking different. So key code is one thing, but this code is the other thing. But I think they should correspond more or less. Let me see maybe the example for this. That's not super useful example, you know. Details. To be honest, some parts of QBASIC help were more useful than QBASIC. Yeah, for now I'll do this, so I wouldn't have to go out every time. Like maybe just one. Yeah, but I think can you really use it like that right here? or you should convert it into hex with some other function. We'll see in a second. Oh yeah, I know I forgot one thing. Because I have two different places and I'm only looking at one of them. So I have it here. And I believe I added it. I mean, I can switch it to ship. To that, but as you can see, it just gets back. Maybe something like, or should I? No. How are numbers processed here? So I have Q here. I don't have it there. And numbers. Let me see if the help has it. let me queue this and see usual basic help. Oh, yeah, so it's indeed quite freaking different. 27 is a ASCII code for escape. Just like I told you, it's much freaking different. So you have scan codes, but scan codes are not the same as key codes and, well, character codes. So you can't really use CHR for that, but 27 should work. So now let's scroll down there, finally, and I will use 27, and I will start it, and hopefully, yeah, now it works. That's really nice, and I can get rid of that. Have to copy it, because I obviously have it here as well. Somewhere around here, yeah. Instead of that. Actually, I need this part. Yeah, now it works, and I can now add actual traps to the game. So it's not super consistent, but anyway. Maybe here I'll put it somewhere near, yeah, here, near enemy. Would make sense, I think. And it's basically based on that. So right now we're just reducing it. If it's not 0, if it's 0 or less, then we're going to fail, and we're just doing pretty much nothing. Oh no, we are starting the game. Except I have incorrect position here. Yeah, that's screwed up. And I actually don't need that since I decided to use a different string. Yeah, right. So that is okay, but I believe we have to, even in that case, reset to our default position, right? So what's the way we are doing that? I don't remember, but I know where to look for that. World player start, world player start, and then it's 1 and 2 for Y and X. Okay. I don't have to completely reinitialize level. That would be kind of more dickish. So I want to avoid that. So if it's 0, then go to fail, but if it's not, or actually else, yeah, sure, we'll do that. And actually we will not be going anywhere. Instead of that, we will just reset coordinates. And if somewhere over here, that supposedly looks alright, right? And I can in fact use the same mechanic in here. So traps are basically static enemies. And since it's direction independent, I can just copy that like this. They're basically completely identical. And now I can swap it in 3 different places. Shift insert, right? And we're doing exactly the same thing here. And here. And I have to add the same behavior for the enemy, obviously. Oh no. I'm kinda funking things up. And I know why. Because I forgot about my division. Where do you have it? Player controls. Should make a better thing. So it works here. But I may have to place it incorrectly somewhere. I think I have I don't just remember where I have this logic. I forgot in which part of the program I am processing AI. Oh, I have a subroutine for that. That's why. And where I'm calling it? Oh, yeah, I'm doing that here. In these places. So when I'm hitting a key, it's being called. I have to separate it for better visibility, so everything should work still. But I have to add some sort of stuff here. If I could add just like that or trap, but I need different behaviors, so I should still copy it. Yeah, let's maybe invert it, or no, chaotic stuff is fine. I just want to yeah, let's make it properly. Do we have player? Yeah, but we in the different modules, so I can't really send it like that, right? Do I have even access to these coordinates? Let me see. Oh yeah, and I have to modify it because it's current level. How do I current level, just like that. Okay. I made a few, not a lot of them, in the old days. A few different things. But I don't have the sources now. The good old hard drive, corner peripherals, 270 megabytes I believe, just died years and years ago, so yeah, that was unlucky. At that point I had no like disks or flash drives, so yeah, not a lot you can do about it. Oh, I'm moving in the incorrect direction, of course. So we have it right here. Do we have it? No, we don't. And here. I could add an extra check on that matter before anything happens in the next cycle to trigger player reset when we are going out of procedure. That actually seems to be a sensible way of doing things. Maybe even right here. That will go away. Let it still draw things. And yeah, before we'll request restart, in case of escape, we will add it right here. And I need this block. Something like that. And now I should switch here and modify it, because I can't really go to fail. So we can leave it like this. So we are resetting coordinates. and there we will reduce this option, so here we will restart it to the position, except obviously current level, and I have to remove that restart there, because basically it would constantly remove your lives, and that's not a good thing. And now I can just use it like that, maybe? Right? Yeah, I just don't need a space here. Oh, no, not here. I don't believe we have Control Z. So instead of that, I'll do this. Yeah, I copied that part. And here, where we're checking this stuff, yeah, doesn't make any sense. So we would just put it like that. And now it should theoretically run okay. Let's see if it's actually happening. So yeah, I need to delete my position before I will position myself in the other place, or else we have my dead body. And the worst part of it, if the actual enemy will run into my dead body, it will be counted just like me. So yeah, I will die. So that's not very good. Yeah, good luck having cloud ISO in like 2004 or 2003. I don't think I even had internet back then. So, escape, escape. So, yeah, we have to draw space. Before we're doing that, we will locate player Y, player X, print space. So we have it here. That's 1. That's 2. And that's 3 supposedly. And that's 4. So it's mostly fine, but not exactly, so we can be killed here as well. And that means that I have to add the same old thing. And then I have to share player world start position. It's not exactly super straight, but it works. Yeah, but the thing is that in 2004 I had no any servers, I had no any internet, and good luck uploading that if you had no network connectivity whatsoever. If we are talking about my old, very old QBASIC games. I know that now you can do that just fine. For example, I have Raspberry Pi, so I could use it for that kind of stuff. But I have Raspberry Pi now, I haven't had it 10 years ago, for example. So maybe I haven't skipped anything, and in that case, let me see. Always save, obviously. Okay, so yeah, it works like it's intended to work. I have old USB HDD, but it's kinda crappy. It's Maxtor One Touch something something, and it has 2 plugs, USB plugs. One is for main power and also data, and the other plug is intended if it has not enough power from one USB 2.0, then you add another USB plug just to help it to get extra power. But it has a problem that it doesn't really, yeah, it doesn't updates files quickly enough. So if you are copying file to that Maxtor, 160 gigabytes by the way, so that's an old, obviously an old hard drive, and yeah, if you are doing something like writing to it, you will see that the file is being written, and then it will stuck at 90% for some time, and then it will just eventually finish after a few seconds. And yeah, basically it has lag when writing or reading data from it. That kind of sucks. But maybe with newer hard drives that wouldn't be a problem. And the other thing is that they would require quite a bit of power, and I have like 2.1 or something amp PSU, like USB charger sort of stuff for my Raspberry Pi. So I would want to have external power for USB HDD itself, I think, if it supports that sort of stuff. And usually they're being sold without it, so if it's like a specific plug, that would make things kinda more difficult. So I don't know if I will turn my Raspberry Pi into a server. But if I will buy a new hard drive, like 2 or 3 terabyte, instead of my currently I have in my this main computer 2 hard drives, one Western Digital Blue 1 terabyte and 2 terabyte Seagate Barracuda something 0.14, I believe. So if I will decide to upgrade 1 terabyte to 2 terabyte, then I could buy a USB enclosure for that 1 terabyte hard drive, preferably USB 3.0. Even though I don't believe 2.0 or 3.0 will make a difference with hard drives, because, you know, they're pretty slow anyway, and 2.0 is like 480 megabits per second, which is kinda still a lot. So now I want to not maybe add any behaviors, but I want to print my my number of lives, and to do that I have to fit things differently. So we have some interface here, and I believe I type that sort of copyright information on the top. Yeah, with usual desktop computer it shouldn't be a problem. Just for the Raspberry Pi it could be too much, because hard drive is a mechanical stuff, and to move things inside it probably would require more power. I don't think 2 amps total will be enough for that. Especially during high activity, like writing data quickly. So we have to get rid of that, and then I could push this. Nice whistle. Not exactly that color, and I don't have live color. But I will set it up eventually, and I want something like this, just for a different thing. Will it move like? No. Okay, I'll just move it manually. And so keys, stars, and score. What do we want to have in the top position? Maybe not score. I could have like top score on the top, or maybe in one line, like live score and top score, and then I have keys and stars like items. Yeah, that's not a bad idea actually. And let's move score from here, copy it into there, and 2214. Let's maintain our little scale, and let's copy it again. Top score, I will eventually implement it. For now I'm just kinda ignoring things. Yeah, I don't have quite enough space, so I'll do that. And that's like 5, 6, 7 and 13 characters. And here we had like so I basically have 3 more. And that means that I have to move this, I believe. And green is okay. I believe 10 is better. Like, it's dark, our score is usual green, and higher score is lighter. And the rest is fine. Actually, here we can use star color and key color, since it's implemented already. And for lights I can use, I guess, for now just 15, bright white. Let me see how it will work. Oh, yeah, of course. So let's get out of this mess. Oh yeah, I'm an idiot. I've misplaced it quite a lot. But I have a chance to fix it because I want to have my values kinda aligned. Talking about colors, I fixed in locate. Yeah, it was really wise. Except when it wasn't. And then I have to display level name at a different place, a bit higher. Where am I doing that? I don't remember. Oh yeah, here. Okay, so it's 21 instead of that. Yeah. And the easiest way to create a top score is probably to set it upon you entering the menu. I don't like how stars look. Obviously they have different alignment, but even though I don't have to have a lot of them, I would like them aligned with actual higher line, like with score. So the numbers would be aligned vertically. And horizontally, kinda, in blocks. Or I could move score to the left and then have top underneath. That's the second option. And actually, I like how that option sounds. So I'll do that. So where is it? So this cute fail, you failed, alright. After we failed, we want to set player top score equals player score. And like that, I believe. It's a bit screwed up. Let me see. Yeah, of course it is. So 26 instead of this and instead of that, and we'll just add, because it's obviously shorter. That's much better. I could push it slightly. I mean license keys. To make them look more consistently. And I have a little bit of space there, so it's not a bad idea. So keys nice like that, and 15 and 27 and 27 here, and now yeah, now it's aligned in exactly the way I want it to be. Now let's get some sort of stuff. maybe like that, which will do. Now we'll die. And let's see. Oh yeah, of course, I respond. I need some sort of maybe arrow that will point towards my direction. You failed. It's over the info, but that's okay. And now if I start it, yeah, now it's alright. Obviously the score doesn't save to any file, but I'm not going to do that. Eventually I could just put it into a config, a separate file, or just merge it with DC levels. Now it's time to save. And work a little bit on AI. And maybe I have to isolate it. I mean this part into separate modules, so I could just call it without copy pasting if I need to update it randomly. That would definitely help. So copying it like that and call, how do we call it? Hotbar? Yeah. Stat bar. Yeah, of course. And call stat bar. I believe I copied that already, and now let's where do we edit new sub stat bar, indeed. And now let's create shared, a lot of different shared stuff. Yeah, just get away from me. Player lives, player score, player keys, player stars, player top score, and now colors for all that crap. Well, currently I have only 2 colors, so that helps. And key color and star color. Yeah, that should work. And now if I do that and for the moment just comment out that, and then I could actually call stat bar right here, so when we are failing or winning we can actually see the last actual information, state of variables. let's save and look into it. So when we die, it should display 0 lives instead of just 1. So yeah, we died once, we have 1 life, and now we failed, and you can see 0. I have 2-second delay, which you can skip. But I don't recommend it, because by default QBASIC doesn't flush, doesn't empty keyboard buffer. So if you will put a lot of key presses into a keyboard, it will remember everything, and when you will be scanning for actual keys, it will just execute that stuff, which is not exactly ideal. And to empty it, you should have your picks and pokes and that sort of stuff, direct memory access. From what I can remember, I never really used that, but I remember googling for that some time ago. So that works, and that means that I can remove that and leave just my debug stuff that I may need later. And I need some global variables for my guy. I mean, for the other guy, right? For the enemy. So that's blocks. Enemy data. For now it will not be a lot, but I want to have couple things. So like shared enemy alldex, or maybe it already exists. Oh, I don't need to do that with variables, actually. Now I remember it, but do I have it there somewhere? I have these coordinates, but do I have let me see quickly. Enemy y old, enemy x old. And I have them shared there, so that's nice. So I don't actually need to add currently, I believe. I just want to... I'll look for it quickly. Search, find enemy old. No, so I'm not initializing that, but it's global anyway, since I shared it in the subroutine, so that's okay. But I want to have it anyway here, just to remember that I have these variables. Obviously I will be initializing that, but for now it just will work just like that. Oh yeah, I have it here, extra data. It's not as much extra. And it's after that. Why is it after that? If I will move everything from here to there, it should be still okay. Oh no, it will not be okay, and I'm doing that because I have restart here. But what I could have done I can reset it. Ctrl delete, Shift insert here, so it would be closer to actual data stuff thing. I guess I don't need this. Maybe I will. I'll leave it like that anyway, for now. And restart AI. For now it will look like that. Maybe like that. And the reason why I am doing that is that when I'm moving stuff, or actually I don't need that. I need AI old, and do I have AI select old? Yeah, I already was thinking about that, so if AI select equals AI select old, then I want to restart AI, because I don't want to keep my little artificial intellect guy at the same place, so I would force it to go into different direction. Maybe. Does it make sense? Would be cool if the game over screen would have that dark color logo. I mean, do you mean while you playing the level? Because I don't have space, I don't know if you noticed, to display anything whatsoever. And I was trying to move my stats differently and delete copyright information to fit score information and lives. So I don't have 56 pixels of vertical resolution to fit that bar. Oh no, I don't want that. Now I remember what I was thinking. So it will not go in the opposite direction, not in the old direction. And to get that, so yeah, I need another select case. I believe. With this sort of stuff. And I want to make it, maybe I will add back to the main construction. And select. But for now, So down, then up, 0 and 1 and 2 and 3 opposite to each other. So if I select old, or how was that? Yes. I select old equals 1, then go to restart AI. Except points when it's the only possible direction, then I want to override it, right? Yeah, that would be really messy. I could add a lot of ends, like, and I just need some base. That will be a really long line. So that's down. And that's correct. So if every other direction, like this, let me think for a second about it. I could get through every block, but yeah, that's not exactly ideal. I don't actually have to have actual separate structure, and having those numbers closer could help. Like that, maybe. Like, they shouldn't be like that all the same time. By end, I mean mostly at least one of them. And how does that work in QBASIC? I believe you could split it actually, so it would be really useful. Like that maybe. Yeah, that's correct. No, not like that. Is it? Maybe it's not. Let me look into this. It did have some sort of functionality for splitting this. Here I have a really short example, it's not really useful. Well, I'll just... So it resets if it has something except free space around it. No, that should be for overriding. My brain just doesn't work anymore. Here, when I'm checking the previous direction in which enemy player was moving, I want to be sure that when you're, for example, when enemy goes forwards, it will not be the next time when it will move, it will not go backwards. So it wouldn't just be at the same place basically. But if it has no directions but this one, it shouldn't, even if it chosen the opposite, it should still work, if it makes any sense. So for example, here if enemy is here and he went here because he moved like no, opposite, that's if I will not have this override, as you can see, if it will be constantly restarting because the last direction it went was in this direction, in this case left, so it can't go right, because if it was it would be opposite to left. But since it has no other directions to go, it should override it and go back. The thing is, I have different blocks, and for me to check all these blocks here for each direction, it will be a terribly huge construction that probably would work, but would make much sense for me. So I'm thinking about maybe I have to analyze, I guess, all possible directions. Yeah, in a separate construction, so if it's possible or not. Let me have it like yeah, I have to break it up. Yeah, I need to destroy that. I should just put it here. And here goal soup could be useful. Kind of subroutine inside of a subroutine. Probably. Or maybe not actually. I'm checking different directions. So that's down, and if I want to have this, so opposite, then that's up, right? Right. Yeah. Now check 3 more things, but instead of this I will have I guess +1 and -1. Not left actually. In this case we are going up. It would be easier to read. Move down. Move oh, not down. Right and left. Now we have something sensible. And else AI move up 0. Basically modify that crap. Right now, as you can see, I'm checking for directions. If they're clear, then I'm setting it to 1, each variable, and if it's not clear, then to 0. And now I have something better than printing all this crap. Now if AI select equals 1, and at least one of those directions is free, then it should basically. But I have 3 variables. That's like 3 bits, 8 combos. I don't want to check for 8 different possible situations. Here, how can I shorten it up? How OR works. Inclusive OR. So at least 1. Oh, that's what I need. Yeah, that actually makes things. Yeah, so I'll do that like this. Yeah, I know. I just need to put a couple of spaces. And let me see. Or AI move right equals 1, or AI move left equals 1. Yeah, now it's kind of sorta is isolated. Then go to restart AI. That's much better than what I was thinking about initially. Now I obviously have to check for different things, for different directions. Yeah. But it's much better indeed. And since I'm defining them each time, I don't have to share them with main program. So that's if I select 0, so 0 is down, and opposite. Let me see if it still makes sense direction wise. Up and I go down, and here because I go up basically. Yeah, it makes sense. So like that. I don't know how the weather is tonight, because I haven't checked out, to be honest, Specky. Can't really answer you. I mean, I can Google that, but it's kinda useless, and maybe I'll just go look out of the window. If that's okay. But I want to fix and add stuff here first, so I wouldn't forget about my idea, which isn't exactly genius, so I still have quite a bit of space, an area to fuck up. Stuff gloriously. So 2 and 3, let's, in this case 3. My phone tells me that it's currently 0 degrees Celsius, obviously, because Fahrenheit doesn't make any sense in my opinion. And how do we check out weather? Yeah, like that. Cloudy, 0 degrees. That sort of stuff. I believe that's more or less correct. I'm not sure that we still have a lot of snow. We had some snow before, but it was melting down, and I'm not sure if that process stopped or not. So right, we don't have to check right. We only have to check right, and this should go down. Down. Oh yeah, I screwed up previous stuff, but for now it's okay. Or actually it's not. Or yeah, I just have to switch it in both places. To become up, it should be that, and to become down should be that, and it's left, yeah, it's right, so we're checking left, and left is that. Yeah, so far it makes sense. And UI move up equals 1, or, and I want to get rid of right, and I want to check that. Yeah, because I haven't fixed it actually. So right, and I want to check that. Yeah, because I haven't fixed it actually. I want to check that. Yeah, because I haven't fixed it actually. 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 Yeah, because I haven't fix +1, so we are checking yeah, indeed down, but I forgot to switch that as well. Now it should be better. Right, and initial stuff should be correct also. Up, up, right, right, left, left. That correct as well, from what I can see anyway. And here we have a tiny bit of a mess, because it's not exactly regular. Oh yeah, that's why. Forgot to delete it. Nice that I noticed that before actually running stuff. And we haven't saved for some time, so let's save. Shit happens. And here we have left, down, and up. Yes. Oh no. Here. To go down, we have to do that. And the last part of this mess is here. So here, instead of that, we do this, and that would be checking right if it's available. Now it should be a little bit more sensible. So it should less stick to just one point and only move accidentally. It's still a mess, but maybe it will work. I could funk stuff up somewhere due to just lack of yeah, focusing. So let's save again and see if it even works, because I'm not sure at this point. A lot of stuff could go terribly. Oh yeah, so it's not stuck, so it's nice. So it's not getting stuck, so that's nice. I'm not sure if my combo works. Oh, it went back. And that's down. Yeah, something is not correct. I mean, it's not getting stuck, but it's not really helping. So down, down, down. Do I have restart? Maybe I just put labels incorrectly. No, the labels are fine. Case down. UI move up. UI move right and move left. It doesn't look like it makes actual difference. Restart, restart, restart. Plus is lower, so it's indeed down. And here up. Do you set treasures as well or on the enemies? By set, you mean exactly what? I mean, they're just static. Enemies can't keep anything up. To enemy, everything but a space like that is a wall, basically. So they can't pick up stuff. If you're asking about that. Only players can pick up those coins or treasures and, well, destroy them and increase their score. I think for now I will leave it. And instead of that, yeah, especially if they are stars, because you need a certain amount of stars to pick stuff up and to pass through the level. So to get enemies to be able to just move over stuff, I would need to have another array of basically characters. So now I currently reading information right from screen with these commands, as you can see. To keep the background data, like to create stars as background objects, I need to store their positions inside of an array, obviously, and then to redraw them back when you are getting from that point at the map. And yeah, that would increase memory usage. Well, not this build, but I have it on my website. Older version. If you will wait for a minute, I could make another archive. Let me see. That looks alright. That looks alright. I guess I could. Do I have it here? No, I don't have it here. So delete that. 7-zip that. Now copy it to my website folder. call it public alpha 2. No. You can't obviously see any of that. But I will quickly edit my website and upload the change, so you could download these levels. It will not contain these features because they are not finished, really, not in the working order, but it should make some stuff easier. Yeah, so now I will use FTP client. Let's go to dark crawler, and I believe I have to update only 2 files. Now let me check it out myself, if it works. Dark crawler, yes. It should download the correct version. Yeah, it does. I haven't updated README file, but for now it should do, and I'll get you the link, which is again here, so everyone could see it. Let me wait a few seconds. If this chat thing works, I wonder what the delay is. I don't think it works, but anyway, yeah. You have it in the chat, and I will put it obviously in the video description when I will upload it. You can run it under DOSBOX. It's a compiled version. I haven't included source code because it would be easier for you to just run an executable file. SSL encryption is powered by Let's Encrypt project, which gives you free certificates, because I wouldn't be able to pay it otherwise. And my website hoster has this feature which allows you to automatically prolong this certificate. Well, I could add one more thing, so the enemy could track you. So if it is closer than 8 characters, then it would go not just in random direction, but in your direction, obviously, until it will be stopped by the wall. What do you think? Should I add it now? It was 3 hours already. I don't think you will be watching this much longer. But if you are interested in source code, I could put source code download as well. Just remember that level files, when the game is scanning for them, like here, when I'm reading them, they are being read. If it's not an executable, the path goes from QBASIC executable. So if you will unpack all these program files of my game with source code into a different folder, different from QBASIC folder, it will not be able to read them, because it will look in the QBASIC folder. So just unpack everything. In that case, if I will put a source code together with source code in QBASIC folder, it should work both in QBASIC and in QBASIC. QBASIC is an interpreter version without compiler, but it runs better in QBASIC, much faster, significantly faster, on the same settings. No, I don't think I will be adding this right now. Because it will take a lot of time. Probably the same amount of time as I was doing this. I'll just want to have your word on what color should be these descriptions of blocks. Currently everything is bright green. I don't think it's good. Light gray doesn't look that good either, but I could turn it into hey Rachi. Yeah, by the way, I haven't noticed your name. I could turn it into a green section, right? Let me move it to here, and I had a variable for that, which was pretty good. So maybe that looks better. Actually, it does. Yeah. So that's how stuff currently works. I'm not sure if that spot prevention AI algorithm works. It should work. And it looks like it sometimes works, maybe not all the time. So it moved right. It shouldn't be able to move left since it has other directions to go. And left, which is opposite to right, is not the only direction. So, oh, that's not good. Yeah, it's still moving pretty randomly. So I will look for a minute again, and then I will end the stream, and you'll be able to download Alpha Build 2 of the game from my website. I will update it with better instructions. Maybe I will put this version and replace it. So right now it will not be called as 3 probably, so I will see. Basically I'll put the date of the last update on the website. But right now oh yeah, I'm freaking idiot. You see here, right? I'm checking current direction. Of course it's not correct. It's so much easier to fix, so yeah. It's a nice point to end the stream, because I'm talking about checking the previous direction so extensively, and I'm checking actual current direction. You can clearly see that I'm not a genius of programming. So that's 1, that's 2, and here. Oh yeah, there. So not, I have to set it here. I select old equals I select if it went past that point, or maybe yeah, I don't have to, I only have to set it when I'm moving, right? If it's here, basically this. I believe level 8 should be Pac-Man, which is slightly squeezed, because as you probably know, actual Pac-Man is kinda taller than it's wider, and I have only 20 characters of vertical resolution, so that's not enough. Yeah, QBASIC is obsolete, but if you want to program in QBASIC way, you can download QB64, which is a QBASIC compatible modern program, which has extra features for sprites and stuff like that, and it can run current programs, but the difficulty is that when you use legacy screen modes like this mode, 320 pixels by 200 pixels by 256 colors, which is VGA mode, high color VGA, you only have pixel to pixel ratio, and in DOSBOX I am scaling 3 times, so you could see the screen not in a tiny little corner. Oh yeah, Blitz 3D. I believe I can show you my Blitz 3D stuff, but basically go to my website, LastofAvari.com. There in news section you will be able to download an archive, like 50 or 40 megabytes of my old Blitz 3D stuff, mostly. I believe for some of them I have a source code there, and for some of other stuff I just have executables. And one thing there is XNA framework plus Visual Basic for like sprite stuff, which was failed, but you can like play early alpha with it. But yeah, let's get through that. Now it should actually work, maybe. I may have to put that still into moving section. yeah, you can clearly see that it works. So for example, if it can go anywhere, I think that is. Let me see it again, and I believe I have to end it anyway, since yeah, it's a lot of time passed. At this point it's hard to care about it. I select all. Does it work here? Yeah, it's probably better, more consistent to put it here. And now I can remove it from here and check it out once more. I believe it maybe works. It looks like it. Yeah, so glorious victory. I will update current alpha build 2 and put it to use, and in the end, if you can manage 2 minutes of me, I'll finish these 7 levels. They are not exactly super hard, and I will even avoid bonus part. Right now, as you can see, enemy doesn't move if I am closer than 8 characters to them, because I want to switch its behavior from random behavior to tracking me if I am close. Eventually, not now. So that's just overhead. And as you can see, I have 8 levels. Half of those levels, every second level, is inspired by retro games. So here you have Manic Miner is Manic Miner, obviously. And now I even have traps here, because I modified it slightly. I don't have bonus blocks or traps in other levels, because yeah, I had no time to put it, because I haven't had them implemented when I was doing these levels before the stream. Oh yeah, well, I guess yeah, I forgot about lies. I can't talk and play in a good way, right? So I want to... No, that doesn't make sense. So thank you for watching. I will switch to this. I will supposedly finish here, and I will talk a little bit about those levels if someone haven't seen them yet. Yes, I want to save them now. Exit. Let me launch PSPod. I have levels here. So the second level is Manic Miner, and then I have Dig Dark for Dig Dug. And then I have underscore invaders, because underscore is often used instead of space, and therefore space invaders, you know. And then I have Pack in the Stars with slightly stretched Pac-Man level. I should have enough stars, maybe. Yeah, I've added the star, I believe. So 7th level should be possible at the moment, but yeah, you can add your levels when you will download it, the program. You should increase the number in DC levels file, so it would equal amount of levels, and then create, for example, level 9, call it level 9, and you can copy any level, basically, call it level 9, and then edit it. Yeah, generally you don't have a lot of spare keys. And I have only like 2 lives at this, so you can only be wrong once, which is not exactly nice. I think I give you at least 1 spare try in this version, but yeah. So it's all written in the README file. Then I believe I could theoretically capture this window, maybe. Let me try to check it out. Can I even do that or not? Maybe like that. If it works, it's just a black screen. Maybe I can't. It can't capture it like that. Let me see. No, so I have to add window capture. So PSPod, yes. So here it's not perfectly aligned. Transform, fit to screen. Yeah, here you have your level. Commas are important, or quote marks. It should be always framed with indestructible blocks, so sharps are walls. And you can see instruction for different blocks in the program title screen. And here we have amount of stars, which you should collect to pass through level exit with L. If you don't have enough stars, you can't pass through the level. So you can put more stars than you should collect, but generally you want exactly the same number, so the player wouldn't have to take a guess how many stars you should have. These are doors. To unlock the door you have to have a key. And here your starting coordinates. So for example, here you can see that it's 10, but it's not 3, because here it's slightly moved. This character should be first one. So here actually it's 2 and 10. So here you have your 10, first Y, because I'm placing it in the order of how I'm outputting that, and if you're doing your locate, you have your vertical measurement and then horizontal, and then goes enemy. In this case it's here and it's enemy. where it's placed, and you don't have to necessarily place it right here, just more useful to see in the beginning of the level where you are located before you will move. And here you have name of the level, so that's like little introduction. So thanks for watching. I will not edit it, but I will upload this mess recording to my YouTube channel, which is, as you can see, youtube.com/LastofAvari, and I will archive it here as a highlight. So thanks for watching, and see you later. Thanks for your time. 3.5 hours of this mess. On my YouTube channel I'm mostly doing Terraria, and I will stream in Terraria 8 PM UTC+3, which is Belarusian time, if you are interested in that. See you later, thank you.